We're asked to solve for x and y, and we're given this triangle. Class, if this is 45 degrees and this is 90, that means I need another angle to add up to be 180. That one is a 45 degrees. I have a 45, 45, 90 triangle. This is a special right triangle. It's an isosceles right triangle. If I have two congruent angles, that means my sides are congruent. I can make these marks on there. Those show congruent sides, and those show congruent angles. So whatever I find for x, it's going to equal the y value. Let me show you in a couple of ways how to solve that. I'm going to do Pythagorean theorem. Partner A, tell partner B what is Pythagorean theorem. Eduardo, what is the Pythagorean theorem? Class, does it matter what letter this one is? A, B, or C? Okay. This one? And this one. Just know that you cannot put C over here because it's not across from the right angle, right? So, we know that these two are equal. So, I'm just going to make that equal to x. So, I have my C value is 6 squared. A value is x. My B value is also equal to x. The reason why I don't want two different variables, that means I can't solve it. Class, x squared plus x squared is equal to 2x squared. And 6 squared is 36. To solve for x, should I divide it by 2 or take the square root? We're going to divide by 2. (36) divided by 2 is 18. And to get rid of a square root, to get rid of an exponent, sorry, we're going to take the square root. My answer is going to be x equals plus or minus. Now, at this time, this will probably be on the non-calculator part of your quiz or test, is that I do want you to simplify to have exact answers. Everyone say exact answers? Exact answers is still having the fraction or the radical sign. We're okay? So let's simplify that. My factors of 18 are going to be 9 and 2. The square root of 9 is 3. That comes out. And then you're left with radical 2 inside. Remember, when you're taking the square root of an equation, it's actually both plus or minus. Now, let's think about this. Can we have side lengths that are negative, class? No. So we're just going to call that x equals 3 radical 2 is our answer. X and y are both equal to 3 radical 2. Raise your hand if you got that. Good job. So that's using the Pythagorean theorem method. Let me show you my shortcut. This is a 45, 45, 90. Let's write that. And the shortcut or formula has the two side lengths are the same. Let's call those x's. And the third one, so this is like a formula, so you can write this on your formula sheet. X radical 2. X radical 2. Let's use a different color we haven't done yet. So this is my formula. And I'm just going to label each of the sides this. And it already might be the case. So across the 45, I have an x. This side is also an x. We already have that. And this side, though, is going to be equal to x radical 2. Okay, try to ignore the a, b, and c. If you did the, you'll see that this ratio happens if one of your side lengths is equal to 1, and you did the Pythagorean theorem, you'll find this side to be radical 2. So, the shortcut is that you just make 6 equal to x radical 2. 6 equals x radical 2. And what you can do is, once you solve for x, then you can just plug it in, and then you have all the side lengths of the triangle. How do you solve for x, class? We're going to divide by radical 2. I have x equals 6 over radical 2. Class, does that look like this answer? No, they should be exactly the same, right? So here, we're going to rationalize. Everyone say rationalize? In math, they've decided that you should not have radical signs in the denominator. So what do? You take this number in the denominator, and you do it twice. How many times, class? And what that does, you're going to have radical 2 over radical 2, right? You can multiply any number times 1, and it's still within math law. You haven't broken the law yet, right? And you're going to see what happens. So if I multiply across, you're going to get, this is on the outside, so you're going to get 6 radical 2. And this is going to be radical 2 times radical 2. They're both inside the house, so you can multiply those. You get radical 4, and square root of 4 is 2. And it almost looks like our answer, 6 divided by 2 is 3. So x equals 3 radical 2. There you have it. We solved a special right triangles 45, 45, 90 using 2 methods. You don't have to use both of them, but hopefully one of those made more sense to you.